میگن انقلابتون همین بود؟ این که تموم شد. میگیم انقلابمون تازه شروع شده. انقلاب که به تعداد آدمای توی خیابون نیست. فقط انقلاب طرز فکریه که فراگیر شده. از مغزها تا قلب جامعه. انقلاب زخم‌هایی‌اند که جاش رو بدن ما نمیمونه، ولی رو وجدان بعضی‌ها تا ابد هست. انقلاب جای خالی چشم‌هایی که بیناتر شدند. انقلاب پدیدار شده، چشم بصیرت میخواد. انقلاب قلمیه که اسلحه شده، آهنگیه که سرود ملی شده. انقلاب تبدیل پارچه های سرکوبند به پرچم آزادی. انقلاب رقص حدیث در باد. انقلاب صدای نیکاست، آرزوهای سارینا، روایتهای توماج که هممون داریم زمزمش میکنیم تو روزمرگی هامون. انقلاب جون مهساست که جونشو به این انقلاب داد. انقلاب بندهایی اند که گنجایش این همه آزاده رو ندارند. اندیشه هایی اند که پشت میله های زندان هم پرواز می کنند. انقلاب نگفتنه، به زور، در فرهنگ، در سیاست و هر قانونی که دور انسانیت حصار بکشه، برای عشق تعیین تکلیف کنه. انقلاب التهاب بوسه های عاشقانه است زیر پل آزادی. انقلاب شعله شجاعتیه که با ریسمان دار خفه نمیشه، شعله ورتر میشه. انقلاب دست های پدریند که قبر پسراشو میشوره. انقلاب تخت خوابهای خالی اند. انقلاب مدرسه‌ایه که حوزه نمیشه، نسلیه که ابزار نمیشه. انقلاب دانشجوییه که نمیره، میمونه و پس میگیره. انقلاب ایمان جوانانیه که با شریعت غریبه اند. انقلاب غریبه دیروزه که امروز آشنای آشناست. انقلاب من نمیشناسه، انقلاب تو نمیشناسه، انقلاب فقط ما میشناسه. انقلاب آینده‌ایه که دیگه رویا نیست، نقشه راهه. انقلاب مردمی اند که طعم آزادی رو چشیدند، زیر پوستشونه. انقلاب آگاهیه، دگرگونیه، انرژیه. مگه انرژی از بین رفتن نیست؟ انقلاب ترکیه که خورده و به زودی تبدیل به شکاف میشه. انقلاب تیکه تیکه شدن دیوار قطور دیکتاتوری است. انقلاب یه دنیاییه که پشتمونه. انقلاب در سمت درست تاریخی ایستادنه. انقلاب افتادن سنت‌های پوسیده طالبانی است. انقلاب به خدا آمدنه، به خدا. چون خدا نوره، چون خدا نوره.
This is the talented Sara Sayed, human rights attorney and activist, actress, and a supporter of our cause. Before we start, I'd like to thank Peymane, Nahme, and Nahme's mom for preparing the refreshments for us and pulling this whole thing together. Thank you so much. We appreciate it very much. Firstly, thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you, especially to those of you who have traveled a long distance to be with us. We have people from Philadelphia to Vancouver. It is truly great to have you. Let me start by giving you a bit of background and context as to how we got here. After the murder of Mahsa Jina Amini, for 28 straight weeks, many of us gathered in the DC rallies, chanting and asking and pleading for justice. We were pleading that imploring the multiple governments not to aid Islamic Republic, and begging that all the political prisoners are freed unconditionally. As the brutality of this regime intensified, we could see that the crowds in the streets of Iran declining, and this was also reflected in the US, in the rallies here. In the early spring of this year, I got the NSG leadership team together at my house. By the way, thank you so much for what you do. This is one of the hardest jobs, and thank you so much for that. I got the team together, this leadership team together, and I said, look, how can I support you guys? At the same time, you could see the fractions amongst Iranian communities forming. This was also very visible on the social media sites. These friends were very supportive of what we were trying to do, and I asked that I'm going to try to help unite Iranians. This is how my journey started, and I was thinking that Georgetown 6 had already formed. They had already paved the way for me, so it's going to be a piece of cake to do this. They had even published a charter called the Mahsa Charter. As the crowd size was declining and the whispers of despair getting louder, one spring day, I think it was actually April 1, I was listening to Aram Hassami at one of the NSG Iran rallies. He talked about a number of points that he made, and those messages sort of resonated with me. Post his speech, I pulled him aside. I said, look, your message resonated with me. Can we get together and talk? He said, absolutely. And it was really great because he lived actually very close to me in Maryland. A week or so later, we met, we talked, we shared some ideas in terms of what's possible. And for all practical purposes, we started putting a small team of volunteers together. The thing with Aram is, at the time I met him, I didn't know who he was and what he does. In fact, I still don't know what he does. Every time I call Aram, he says, Afshinjan, can I call you back later? I'm in the middle of a tennis match. Nevertheless, we have connected. We've met a number of times. The team has formed. And at the same time, I started searching for someone who could take a leadership role to unite Iranians. Somebody, a symbol of courage, who could potentially help the cause and ask Iranians, both inside and outside, could rally behind. That's the second part of our conversation, second part of this town hall, and we'll get to that later in the evening. Let me introduce Aram Hassami, political science professor at Montgomery College, partner in crime and a friend. Please, Aram Jan, come up. As Aram is coming up, wanted to share the agenda with you. We were talking about the introductions and the context as to how we got here. Then this session will be moderated by Aram, which is around Iran and me, what is next. And then we'll share with you the work we've done in the past 3.5, 4 months. And hopefully we'll talk about some of the things that we've accomplished during this period. Look forward to the dialogue. Thank you so much again for being here. Aram Jan, you have the floor. Thank you.